Look in the mirror and search for the truth. Changes are coming that will affect you. You can no longer hide. You must face it.
The thought of the day. We claim we're the sons and daughters of God, yet we fail to see the godliness in each and every one of us. We judge ourselves and each other, forgetting to see our true nature, giving our powers away to those that claim knowledge of our Creator and want to rule over our soul. Our Mother Father has no favorites and speaks not through books, but through our hearts. Let it be known that we all have a direct connection with Spirit. Let us understand our Mother, Father, and stop giving them human traits, for Spirit is beyond our human words and characteristics. Listen to your hearts and hear the voice of all that is. I am that I am. Hello, my name is Mark Angelo Cummings.
And I'm Violet Cummings.
And we are Artistic Souls. We'd like to welcome you to the Transformation Show, where science meets spirit for change. On today's show, you will learn how to strengthen your core muscles, which are important muscles for your posture, breathing, and overall health. We'll go over different techniques you can do right in your very home.
My beauty tips for today's show will be how to exfoliate and keep your lips looking moist in the winter time, and also how to maintain your neck and jawline looking firm and young.
That sounds great, Violet. We will show you an easy yet healthy snack that will give you lots of energy and keep you satisfied till dinner time. And as usual, I will provide you with a spiritual lesson that will help you become closer to the inner you. So sit back and enjoy the show. Today we're going to teach you how to work your core muscles. Your core muscles are the muscles that go from below your pelvic region here and all the way up near your chest. Everything that happens in this area is very important for your health, holding your internal organs together, your overall health, your posture, and everything that goes with it. You're going to take a band, you're going to wrap it around the chair. You then are going to grab a hold of this band, bring it over your shoulder, almost like you're trying to touch the band to your knees. The movement here is not so much bringing the band to your knees is going to create the work, but concentrating on tightening your core muscles, your abdominal region. You're going to, almost like you're trying to bear down to have a bowel movement, and bring it down, squeezing, then slow and control, bringing it back up to your starting position. You want to start off doing 10 repetitions. On each side. 2 more, really focusing on squeezing that muscle. And then turn the band the other way, grabbing the band with both hands and touching the handle of the band to your knees. Now always remember that the motion is more isometric than isotonic. Isotonic means that you're actually moving towards the arc, but you're actually concentrating on the isometrics, which is bearing down on those abdominal muscles. This will really integrate the core. Also remember the breathing. Breathing is very important. Every time you execute a movement, you're going to exhale. So executing the movement is actually bringing yourself near your knees. You blow out, and as you're relaxing, you take a nice deep breath. I want you to start off with 12 repetitions on each side. Do it continuously, then you're going to take anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds break, and then you will resume again. Okay. Another way of doing this is you grab a hold of the band, you hold it together, make sure that you have a shirt or something to protect yourself from not rubbing the band, especially if you have hair like me. You're going to go down and back up. Go down and back up. It helps to bring your elbows out, and that way you know that you can touch your elbows to your knees, and you bring yourself back up. Down, squeezing those abdominal muscles. Just like that. You want to do 15 repetitions of these. Just like that. Concentrating on your breathing, blowing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. Never hold your breath. Always keep that constant breathing and concentrate on the muscles that you're working. Do this at least 3 times a week. Abs, as I mentioned once in our prior shows, are actually made in the kitchen. But by executing the movement and creating much more fiber recruitment while you're doing the exercise, your abdominal muscles will become hard. Now, fat needs to be burnt. And you burn fat by proper breathing, eating the correct kind of foods in your kitchen, and then by doing all that combination, you will start seeing the hard work that you've been doing by building that core muscles. But first, you have to melt away that fat. And by melting away that fat, that means that you have to increase your metabolism so that your body starts to store fat. Most of us store our fat in our abdominal region. A lot of that happens because of the excess amount of cortisol that we produce from being so stressful. You could always tell an executive by the size of their belly, or someone that has a lot of high stress. So, abs are made in the kitchen, but you could actually tone your abs so when you start burning fat, you start to see that beautiful six-pack that starts creeping out. So let's recap. You're going to do side, like that. Okay, 10 to 12 repetitions on each side, just like this. And then you can take 20 to 30 seconds break, and you'll resume. Then you'll go in with this one, up and down. Now, if you don't have a band, you can do it without a band. You can either grab a hold of a 2 to 3 pound weight and almost pretend like you're chopping wood. Okay, doing this on each side. And then you could also bring the weights behind your head and go down and up, down and up, concentrating on squeezing and contracting the muscles around your abdominal region. Now, we're going to show you different things that you could do laying down on the job. You grab yourself a chair, or you could actually put your feet over your bed. Make sure you take your shoes off. You're going to concentrate on squeezing your abdominal muscles beforehand, and I'm going to show you. Okay, bring your hands over your belly, Violets, to show everyone. And you're really going to concentrate on squeezing. And when you squeeze, you're almost like going to push your belly out and give yourself resistance with your hands. Almost like creating that isometric contraction. Now, what I want you to do is just kind of bring your chin up a little bit. You're going to kind of prime yourself, squeezing that abdominal muscle, holding it for a count of 2, and then bringing it back down to the floor. If any one of you has any neck problems, please be very careful. Also note that before starting any exercise regimen, please check with your physicians first, if you have one. Okay, let's do that again. She's going to blow the air out as she comes up, squeezing her abdominal muscles, and then coming back down. If it helps, if you do have any kind of neck problems, bring your hands behind your neck Okay, and you're going to bring yourself chin up and then slowly back down. And always remember to concentrate on pushing those abdominal muscles and contracting. You want to do a good 15 of those, so Violet's going to demonstrate. 1, 2. Most of you like to do your abdominals really quick. 3. And that's the incorrect way of doing it. You want to take your time. 4. Concentrate on squeezing. 5. Contracting the abdominal region. 6. Also incorporating the breathing. 7. Nice deep breath on the way down. 8. And blow out on the execution. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now, after Violet takes her breath and gives herself a little break, what you're going to do is you're going to pretend you're going to go touch your toes. And you're going to bring your arms all the way back as your starting position first. Okay, good. And then you're going to bring yourself forward, attempting to touch your toes. Good. And back down. And down again. You want to do anywhere from 15 to even 20 repetitions. I suggest never do more than 20 repetitions at one particular set for your abdominal region, because you do want to work on your white fibers, and if you work too many repetitions, you'll have a hard time actually building your abs. I see too many people do 100 crunches at one time. In the long run, they never actually build any abdominal muscles. You want to always focus on the breathing, nice and slow and control, concentrating, visualizing you squeezing those muscles. Alright, and I'm going to have Violet stop. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the chair. Put the chair aside. Good. Now she's going to lay back down on the floor. She's going to bend her knees. And she's going to reach up almost as to bring herself all the way forward. This is a little bit of a Pilates move. All the way up. At first, many of you might have a hard time doing this because your ab muscles aren't strong enough. And then slow and controlled, you're going to bring yourself back down. Good. And back up again. Like I mentioned, this is a Pilates move. The more you take your time going down, the more you're really going to hit those reverse muscles of your abs. And let me tell you, you're going to feel this. Don't get discouraged if you can't go all the way up. If you need to just start halfway, I'll show them halfway to there, and then concentrate on going as slow as you can going back. This will literally build the endurance and the strength until you will eventually go up. Now let me give you a little visualization tip. If you see yourself going up, I guarantee you, you will do it. Because it all starts as a thought. Okay, you're going to do anywhere from 10 to 15 repetitions of these, taking a good 20-30 second break in between, and then repeating for another 2 to 3 sets. Right. Now, you need to also focus on your lower muscles. So, Violet's going to demonstrate how to work the lower abdominal region. And the way we do this is bring your arms in the back of your back, so you could protect your lower back, especially for those of you that have back problems. Okay, now I want the beginners to start with knees slightly bent, just like Violet has it, but you're going to bring your legs away from the ground, bringing it almost to 90 degrees, a little bit closer, your knees closer to your chest, a little bit more. Good. And then bring it back down to the starting position where your heels are going to touch the floor. For beginners, this is something very good, especially those of you that might have any kind of back problems. You don't want to aggravate the problems worse. So by doing this, these are like beginner leg lifts. Okay, Violet's going to demonstrate a couple more, and then bring it back down to the floor. Now, once you start feeling a little bit more advanced, and you start feeling that, hey, my back is doing better, I'm starting to get a little stronger, then you could literally just straighten out your legs all the way, straighten them out, good, and bring it down, good. And you could actually just keep the legs straight all together, bring it all the straight, Violet, when you go up, all the way straight, all the way up. There you go. Now that takes a little hard work, but that's advanced. Do a few more of those, Violet, please. Up and down, good. And always remember to push down on your lower back and tighten your abdominal muscles. Okay, one more thing you're going to do now is you could either do this on the floor, where you're going to bring yourself up a slight bit, and then you're going to bring your knees in. Good. And this really takes a lot of work on your core muscles, because you're trying to balance yourself without falling flat. And this kind of gets every part of your abdominal region. Now, you could do it on the floor, or you could actually do it in the tip of the bed. Well, Violet's going to demonstrate. Bed or a sofa or even a chair. Yeah, you hold on, just like that. That kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage because you have something to hold on to. Okay, another thing you could do so you can get what we call your external obliques, which are the muscles on your side, is you're going to do a little bit alternating movement. You're going to go now like that, and squeezing. You could either hold a couple of cans on your hands and squeezing, and then you could also kind of bring one knee inward. Other side.
Really feel it is.
Yeah. I was really gonna get them. Always remember to breathe. Concentrate on your breathing. Concentrate on contracting and isometrically isolating those muscles in your abs. I've showed you different variations from the chair to laying down on the floor, to using a chair with your legs propped up, to doing a slight Pilates move. These are all very great exercises for the abdominal region. A lot better than just doing plain old sit-ups, which really all that they do is hurt your back. So, don't forget, yes, you work your abdominal muscles to make them nice and strong and tight, but you need to work your abs. Where? In the kitchen. That's right, folks, in the kitchen. And talking about kitchen, today we were going to teach you a lovely snack that won't take a long time at all and will make you feel nice and energetic, and you could hold out till dinner time.
With winter season just right around the corner, our lips tend to get very dry and chapped. My recommendation to you is to take the tip of a washcloth and run it under warm water. Make sure the water is nice and warm. And then rub it over your lips a few times to take the dead skin off. Also remember to always protect your lips with a natural lip balm at all times, especially during the night before you go to bed. Also, try not to lick your lips. Keeping them wet in the cold weather makes them chap. So be mindful of that as well. pucker your lips, and open and close your mouth 15 times. I'm going to demonstrate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
Stop, take a rest for about 20 seconds, and resume. Do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Try to do this 2-3 times a week, and you will see results.
The spiritual lesson for the day. The time to awaken is now. We have been asleep, mesmerized by our outer world, being true to our outer self, and neglecting our spirit being. The systems that have been created to keep you prisoner of your vessels have done a great job. It is time to thank them, but move beyond their restraints. Who are you? Really, do you know who you really are? You have been programmed to believe certain things from the time you were born that encase you in the societal box. But do you really know what you believe in? Or is it something someone taught you a long, long time ago? Do you have a direct connection with spirit? Do you feel a knowing deep in your gut and heart? Or are you just repeating verses from a book? Going through the motions just because you think that is what you're supposed to do? When was the last time you sat in front of the moon, or near a tree, or a lake, and felt their spirit? Felt that connection, that oneness we all share? Start tonight. Become one with all that is. Feel the kinship between us all, animal, plant, and human. We are one big family that has been asleep for way too long. Wake up, my brothers and sisters, for a shift is heading our way. Namaste. The recipe for today is called Nutty Apple. Having snacks throughout the day will help increase your metabolism. It is very important to eat small meals throughout the day and not gorging all at once. Did you know that sumo wrestlers get as big as they do? By starving themselves all day long and having one meal and going right to bed? Well, the average American has the sumo wrestler diet. So I want to teach you how to be able to get your metabolisms to work. And one of the ways to do this is by eating small meals throughout the day. Now, the word meal is a little deceiving. They're actually small snacks throughout the day. So what you do is, let's say first thing in the morning you have your oatmeal, or whatever it is that you're going to have for breakfast. 2.5 hours later, you're going to have something else to eat. This could be one of those things, or this could be your snack before dinner. This is called Nutty Apple. What you do is you take, preferably, a green apple, just like that, and you're going to cut it in half. The reason I like green apples, because green apples, especially Granny Smith, have a lot of pectin. And pectin helps improve your metabolism and helps your body fight fat. Plus, they're lower in glycemic count than the other more sugary types of apples. What you're going to do now is you're actually going to scoop some of that metal out, and please be very careful with that knife. You're going to scoop, almost like having a little round center so that you could put the goodies inside. You're going to take a tablespoon of peanut butter, you're going to place it in the center where that hole is. I always suggest that you use natural peanut butter. The reason I suggest natural peanut butter, because all the other brands that have high corn fructose syrup and all that added oil and all that stuff, it's only going to make you fat. So, plus, it's not going to have the proper nutrition. So you want to go with natural peanut butter. That's the best bet. What you're going to do now is you're going to take a tablespoon of cottage cheese.
I put the cottage cheese in here.
And you're going to put the cottage cheese on top of the peanut butter. Now what this is doing is giving you a nutritious snack. You've got the carbs that are in the apple, you've got the healthy fats that are in the natural peanut butter, and you've got the protein, the awesome protein that are on the cottage cheese. She's going to sprinkle a little bit of that cinnamon on top, and if you like things really, really sweet, you could sprinkle some brown sugar or stevia. But I think with just the apple and the cinnamon and the natural peanut butter, you're going to have yourself a yummy, yummy dish. Now that looks delicious. Now you could also, now that wintertime is approaching and you don't want to have some cold apple and cold peanut butter, is you could bake this. So what you want to do first is bake the apple. Then you go into, right before you take the apple out of the oven, you're going to put the peanut butter so that the peanut butter could also kind of melt and get nice and hot with the apple. And then at the end, you add the cottage cheese and cinnamon. And let me tell you what, that's some good snack. And that'll hold you. That'll hold you for a good 2.5 hours, which is what you need to start learning how to do, is eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Your metabolism will improve. You will definitely start burning off some fats. And you're going to feel very energetic, because we are gracers and we need to eat just like babies do every 2.5 to 3 hours. Now let me give you a little tip on how to do this. You want to prepare your foods on the weekends so that you're not caught up with, oh my God, I have nothing to eat and I'm starving, so you grab the first thing that comes to mind, and it's usually not something that's very healthy. But on the weekends, if you take and you cook a bunch of chicken breast or turkey breast, for those of us that are not vegetarians, I'm giving you a tip for that, but for those of us that are vegetarian, you have to prepare things like temp, tofu, and lots of beans. Make a pot of beans. Actually talking about making a pot of beans. Lentils, which have a lot of protein for us vegetarians. But just try to cook ahead of time and then just put things inside Tupperware. That way when you get hungry, all you have to do is pull out the stuff that you prepared and don't have to dig into the refrigerator or go out to the store and buy things that you're not supposed to eat. So I hope that you enjoy your nutty apple. I'd like to hear back from you guys on some of these recipes if you're enjoying them. It's a combination. We are spiritual beings and we are biological beings. And by creating a balance, we will create future growth.
Deep within our consciousness, there lies a hidden passageway, a gate that no one dares unfold. So sacred that no one's been told. This happened many years ago, before the earth let truth be told. Where did we come from? How did we get here today? What is our meaning? They lie to us time and time again. It's time for the answers. Won't settle for anything less. Above the skies, the answer lies. You cannot see with naked eyes. They came on earth to fill their needs. For gold they came and other things. Their need to mass produce their goods inspired them to reproduce. We are their precious creation, experimental beings we were. Where did we come from? How did we get here today? What is our meaning? They lie to us time and time again. It's time for the answers. We won't settle for anything less. They're coming back for us real soon. The mess we've made of earth, we're doomed. A life so shallow and untrue.